Oh. What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Troxel Sports Talk. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody had a great day. And we going live for the Minnesota Vikings at the San Francisco 49ers. I am definitely excited. What is going on, Brady Sparks? What's going on, Shadow Kid? MonStar Sports and Entertainment, West Branch Ball, Joseph Marshall, Greenwall Tree, 2K Place, Preston Lands. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody has had a happy Saturday, and we about to have some fun today. Green Wall Street said, dude, I got 12 hours of sleep. Hey, I've only had maybe about 4 hours of sleep, but it ain't gonna stop us. We gonna have a blast. We already got clowns that are showing the game, so I'm not expecting high numbers, but if I get high numbers, that's what's up. But we are live for the Vikings and the 49ers. Hey, sorry about that, man. Greenwall Tree, sorry about that, man. It's all about them 49ers today. What's going on, Loren Ryder? How's it going? Loren says, Skull, Vikings. Yeah, I got to go with the Niners just on because of, what do you call it? I am a Detroit Lions fan, so we got to have some company in the NFC North besides the Bears. Yeah, hey, that was a heck of a game too, Loren. When you guys beat the 49ers, that was a crazy game. But hey, come on now, Greenwall Tree. But that can be the Packers. Hey, I won't be mad at that either. But hey, all I'm gonna say is this. I hope on everything I love that this is gonna be a great game. What's going on, Partly Cloudy? How's it going, brother? And the reason why I say that is because it's like, every game so far outside of, which team was it? No, I believe it was every team so far has had a close game, and I'm just like, okay, we got to continue that trend. Bears is my girls' team. Yeah, the Leos are mine. I know. We a sad franchise. I understand that, but hopefully with another year, maybe. I'm at that point about my Lions that it's 0-16 till proven otherwise. That way I don't have too lofty expectations, and when we go 3-12-1, I'm not upset because that's 3 more wins than I gave them. I appreciate that. MonStar says, hey, drop a like. Boom. Appreciate that. We having big upgrades to our house. One Pride 40 says, prediction, Kittle goes off. West Branch, wow. Hey, I don't like that S word, man. Come on now. I don't like that stuff that falls from the sky that starts with an S. I'll take this rain. But I heard 1 inch of rain equals 13 inches of snow. So I will definitely take I'll definitely take the rain over that other word. So yeah. Oh, all right, Monster. I appreciate that. It's negative 35 degrees. Holy Batman cakes. That is insane. We got ice and snow here last 2 days in Iowa. Oh, man. That is crazy, Loren. Winter storm warning right after a rainstorm. Oh, be careful, West Branch Ball. What is going on, Micro Mike? How's it going, my brother? Hey, I like that that what, the 60s Batman series. That was kind of comic-y. One Pride 40 says being pessimistic and toxic and annoying. You have rain, we have sun, and it's 62. Hey, come on now, Green Wall Tree. Don't be rubbing them 60-degree weather in our face. The Canada I know is south of me. Cyan Culpepper jersey is on. Where Devil, I want to show him moderator bar. What is going on, Pride Time B? What's going on, brother? Come on now, 2K plays. Don't be shaking with my head, man. All right, cool man. Joe's in the building. Mr. Joe Montana.
Quarterbacks. The 49ers this week get back one of their premier pass rushers. Defensive end D4 missed 5 of the last 6 games with quad and hamstring injuries. Kyle Shanahan told us he'll use
what's going on, Lizard Plays?
Passing downs. Also
what's going on, Jeffrey Russell?
Acquisition Quan Alexander, who's been on injured reserve with a torn pectoral muscle since week 9. The linebacker told me he has everything he needs to be effective today, and Shanahan says Alexander.
Yeah, we got a lot of Viking fans up in here.
Meanwhile, Vikings star wide receiver.
Hey, just one thing. I am going for the Vikings only because I am going for the 49ers only because the Vikings play in the same division as the Detroit Lions. So please don't boycott, skin me alive.
Because Thielen was his #1 target last week in New Orleans.
All right, Michelle, keep an eye on him right from the get-go. Dan Bunsen made one of the great and memorable tackles in Super Bowl history. 49er linebacker gets the honor of sounding the foghorn. Wisnowski, the rookie, will kick off. San Francisco won the toss. They defer. Amir Abdul is back to receive. And
all right,
go on a
and we're off.
Day in the
we got a touchback.
With a touchback.
Vikings start the ball first.
Here's the Vikings offense.
All right, hold on. Let me get the... All right, there's some copyright music I do got to mute the game for. Okay, I don't know why it's not working.
Play of the game from the 25-yard line. Hands the ball off to Dalvin Cook. Missed 2 games at the end of the season. Shoulder and chest injuries. Big game last week. Picks up 3, 2nd and 7. So Cousins last week in New Orleans in the crazy Superdome. A 96.4 rating. The big touchdown pass in overtime to Kyle Rudolph, set up by that long pass to Thielen. Thielen in the game right now. Keep an eye on him. 2nd down and 7. The ground again. Stop Cook right there. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. 3rd down and 8.
One of the problems is going to be that these two big guys inside, and Buckner's just going to shoot right through the gap this way to make the play in the backfield. This is an offensive line that played one of their better games a week ago, but they are going to have their hands full in this one.
Start with 2 runs. Vikings and the 49ers both run about half the time. Only Baltimore runs more. 3rd and 8, and Cousins' first pass from the sunshine into the shadows is incomplete. Bosa put the pressure on, and it's a very fast 3 and out.
All right, 3 and out for the Vikings.
Ford on the outside, and his speed is going to be a factor. Those tackles, in this case Brian O'Neill, have to really almost sprint out there to get him. And when they do that, all of a sudden it creates lanes inside. Bosa on the other side, handled pretty well with a little help from that chip.
Rookie who was the 2nd overall pick in the draft. Colquitt's punt. James makes the catch at the 35-yard line and is tackled up at the 40-yard line by Andrew Sendejo. Here come the 49ers. Let's take a look at their offense.
All right, hold on a second. There's
three good running backs, and it's Matt Breida who gets the start. And Breida, who averaged 5.1 yards per carry, is stopped after a short game. So how did Jimmy Garoppolo do this season? Almost 4,000 yards, a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, and a 69% completion average. And a man who, of course, came over from New England in that trade a couple of seasons ago, who was 21-5 lifetime in the regular season, making his first postseason
What's going on, William Pittman?
All
right, 2nd and 10.
He flares out, and the pass over the middle is taken by Deebo Samuel, the rookie.
Samuel got the first down, folks.
The fearless one lives over the middle, 2nd-round draft choice, and what a splash he's made this season.
What a catch that
was. What's up, Go
was.
Niners, says William. That's what's up. I'm going for the Niners as well.
He's going to reach back with one hand and make this catch. It is going to be a problem. We're going to see exactly how these Vikings are going to match up. Very short in the secondary, missing a couple of their slot corners.
Garoppolo
there's a few.
Off the hands of George Kittle. Let's take a look at the Minnesota defensive starters.
All right, there's some copyrighted music. I do got to mute it for. Just give me one quick sec. As soon as they do this lineup stuff with the copyrighted music, the game audio will be resumed.
Best
in
the National Football League this season in points allowed. On 2nd down and 10, off the play fake, buying time. Garoppolo deep downfield, and that is Emmanuel Sanders who makes the grab. Came over from Denver.
Emmanuel Sanders, let's get it.
And a big first down here. A gain of 22 yards to the 27-yard line.
I am trying to find it.
More bootleg this
Jeffrey,
way,
just give me one
way,
quick
because
second.
the defense is forced to
Diggs
react to that bootleg, and then you end up throwing it back across the grain, beating bar on that one. It is a really, really difficult play to try and stop because so much of the quarterback action goes one way, and you just don't see that guy coming across.
It looks like he's playing Jeffrey.
Garoppolo, short drop, fast, quick.
Sanders has actually got the first down.
He finally got a bye week.
What's going on,
Denver,
Justin Hunter?
He got traded, and they hadn't had their bye, and then he comes here. They already did. Kyle
All the money I
Shanahan
make
in his
this
third
weekend is being
season
put on
as the head
LSU
coach.
Monday.
Son of Mike, who is here on one side of the field, and Mike Zimmer, whose pedigree is defense, and that defense has been
so
great.
what's my record, Joshua?
In his 6th season on the other side.
Heavyweight fight between those two, and I think so far Zimmer may be a little bit of a surprise.
Is it still the
not
one
playing
loss?
that too deep. but single high, and that's making Shanahan throw the ball with these quick slants.
To the ground. Through the middle here goes Tevin Coleman.
Tevin Coleman with about 2, maybe 3.
Falcons in rushing last season. Shanahan knows him very well because Kyle was down in Atlanta when Coleman was out of the backfield.
Yeah, really, it had been sort of a 3-man rotation this season at running back, and yet each of them sort of had their run, you know, and right now, for the most part, it's been Raheem Mostert who's been the lead back.
Haven't seen him yet on this drive, which started back at their own 39. 7th play coming here, 2nd down and 7.
Oh, got the first down. Kittles.
He'll have a first down, and then it takes 3 Vikings to wrestle him down.
They are within the 5-yard line.
Kittle,
first and goal.
Leading receiver.
George Kittle, we've been talking about
him
forever.
That's what's up, Josh.
They lay a little
8-2 all time.
And it drew the inside linebacker out and threw exactly right behind him. But so far it has been Jimmy Garoppolo doing whatever he wants. He is notorious for owning the middle of the field with his passing game.
First and goal. Beautiful opening drive for the 49ers. The fake.
Oh, touchdown! Let's go! Let's go!
So Garoppolo
Born with the touchdown. 8 plays, 61 yards, took only 4 minutes and 11 seconds.
61 yards in 8 plays, easily.
Going to go motion this way to draw this defender out, and now you get the quick slant in behind it. Bourne has been quite the weapon down around the red zone. And for Jimmy Garoppolo, forget whatever I just said about
absolutely, little Ram Rider.
He looked like he'd had 100 of them. What a drive.
0 pressure by the Niners.
Extra point.
Or by the Vikings. What's going on, Demon Dad?
Niners, you couldn't script that.
All right. 7-0. Yes, Vikings need to make some changes and quickly. They marched down on us with 0 resistance. One Pride 40 says Iowa equals tight end U. Yeah, they do produce a lot of good tight ends. Jeffrey says not a good start. Joseph Marshall says 7 points won't win the game. I mean, Joseph Marshall, I mean, you stop and think about it, though. I mean, if you're kicking field goals, that's not going to win you a game. You got to score touchdowns, and that's exactly what the Vikings gave up. They gave up a touchdown. You know, when they got the ball and it was a quick 3 and out, their best thing that they could have done was either force a 3 and out for the 49ers or force them to kick a field goal. Yeah, I can agree with that. One Pride 40 says Kittle and 2 came out last year. Man, I thought the Saints was gonna be the Vikings too. They said not in their house. Yeah, Noah Fant and T.J. Hawkinson. Hey, me and you are on the same page then, Josh. All right, there's an ice storm warning.
for 20 years.
All right.
Head coach in the National Football League. Kyle was here when Mike was the offensive coordinator of the 49ers in the 90s. Growing up in the Bay Area as Abdullah takes the kickoff, starts to stumble.
Ball at the
to the 21-yard line.
Okay, ball at the 21.
Defense.
All right, there is some copywritten music. Do you got to mute it for? Yeah, William, the Patriots got knocked out by the Titans.
That is a defense that finished 8th in points allowed, 2nd in yards allowed, and this drive begins with a Dalvin Cook run.
Gain of about
a couple
1
of yards. Run-oriented teams, as you look at Kevin Stefanski, the offensive coordinator, who is in the mix to perhaps be the next coach of the Cleveland Browns. He finished 2nd last year to Freddie Kitchens, who got the job. Kitchens now out. And Stefanski was interviewed by the Browns earlier this week. 2nd down and 8 from the 23-yard line.
Oh, absolutely. Joseph Marshall
to the near side, and that's incomplete. Flag is down. Or first
I definitely respect the Titans no matter what.
Him the first time.
I would love for them to win a Super Bowl, but
Witherspoon covering on the play.
I mean, it's too much for it's too much firepower for that what do you call it, Ravens. There is a flag.
Pass interference, number 20, defense. First down at the spot of the foul.
Pretty sure that's 23. At least that's the direction the flag was thrown. And Witherspoon is the guy a little bit on the hot seat. They took him out. Yeah, it was 23. They just made the correction. He was taken out of the game in that key last drive against Seattle in their regular season finale. Emmanuel Mosley put in. So Witherspoon's going to get the start.
I think we should have an outside stadium.
For Hook exists.
Vikings with their first downs, trying to set up a little bit of a screen here to Tyler Conklin, who'd be their number 3 tight end. He collects it for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Big Boza coming over here, and he does so much with his moves and his pass rush move that sometimes when he just goes to that rush, he can force his way right back into the quarterback. They are awfully stout along that defensive line for the 49ers.
Brother Joey already making his mark with the Chargers. 2nd and 5. Play action. Cousins gets decked, but he's able to get it away. And fighting for a first down, but coming up a little short is Irv Smith, who's the number 2 tight end. So they've gone to the backup tight ends. It'll be 3rd down and 2. That's Eric Armstead who got in there and hit Cousins just as he released.
It's one of the problems with those naked bootlegs is your quarterback is vulnerable. That was the first time we've seen Quan Alexander, who is just back from his pectoral injury, with a chance to make a tackle. He missed on that first.
Oh, wow, West Branch ball.
Alexander inspired by J.J. Watt's return from that same injury. 3rd down and 2. And
first down.
To the 50-yard line. So
Thielen.
Adam Thielen. Michelle talking about him before the game. Cut on the foot during practice this week. Bandaged up, picks up the first down here. Gain of 12.
Gutsy just being out here, but again working on Witherspoon. You can expect this all night. Richard Sherman, the other cornerback, and a bit of an overreaction there by Witherspoon, and a good tough catch inside.
There it is, padded up on the left ankle. Came out, looked good in warm-ups, and looks good on his first target here in the game from the 49-yard line. Play action. Cousins in the pocket over the middle for a short gain to the 45-yard line. Goes to Dalvin Cook, tackled by Fred Warner. So with Cousins, you know, the whole narrative with him is you can't beat the good teams. You can't win the big games. Well, he did last week. He can't win on Monday Night Football. They made a big deal about that through the years. Meanwhile, you look at his numbers this season, they're great.
Well, you look at his numbers in prime time. And
all right, we got 6:20 remaining in the first quarter. Second and 6.
Teammates' numbers, and they have not. And so that narrative is
Vikings on the 49-yard line, or 45.
Mr. Saturday afternoon after this one. Second and 6, and fighting toward the 40-yard line is Dalvin Cook. It'll be.
Oh. All right, it's going to be third down. What's going on, Neo the One? Yeah, I don't like that either. I think they're trying to fish for a story.
Teams. So it's always a combination of factors. 3rd and 2.
All right, 3rd and 2. 5:30 remaining in the first.
5 receivers going out here. Cousins going deep
in
the field and adjusting. And grab is Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs with a touchdown.
Over Witherspoon for 41 yards. So Witherspoon, as you say, Chris, the man in the spotlight very much so. And that time he's able to try to make the play. Can't. And it's a 41-yard touchdown.
I'd say that's a great play call by Kevin Stefanski right there. The only time you really get man coverage out of these cornerbacks of the 49ers is on 3rd and short. That's about it. And so they come out, instead of just playing for the first down, they go for the home run and make a brilliant play.
For Diggs, that's his second postseason touchdown catch. Gee, remember what the other one was?
Yeah, kind of.
The Minnesota Miracle. A couple of years back.
The kick
against
is up.
New Orleans.
The kick is
Bailey
good. And it's a tied ball game, folks. Team Dad says, got us a ball game. Absolutely. I did forget to share this out, so let me share this out real fast. All right. The Culpepper jersey is working, says Joseph Marshall. Greenwall Tree says Vikes win 32-23. I sent you a pic of it on Twitter. All right, I'll go check that out. Oh, wow. That's crazy, West Branch ball. Big Ten basketball is going crazy. Indiana upset number 11 Ohio State, and Wisconsin upset number 20 Penn State. Greenwall Tree, I do not. I do have a Twitter, and I am on Discord as well. What's going on, Leah Martin? What's going on, Sam Lothard? You got banned on Discord? How did you get banned on Discord? Hello, how's your day going? My day's going pretty good. I did have to go to work, and I got out and set up the stream, and here we are.
2014, you mentioned first playoff game here for the 49ers.
Oh, you're welcome.
The Super Bowl here back in 15.
All right, there's some copywritten music. What's going on, Sip Troy?
Who's been doing it all season long.
Just noticed your heavy bro. Trox looks like he sells Rolexes.
They use the fullback a lot. That's Juszczyk leading the way from Mostert, who's at a big
Mostert with a gain of about
the
6.
31-yard line by the outside linebacker Eric Wilson, number 50, gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
So they came out with a lot of single safeties in the first drive. Now they're going to these 2 deep.
They got to
safeties,
revamp that
so
offensive line first and foremost. You can't let your quarterback get a broken back.
The pitch play, all those different things are very hard to stop if you're going to try and play
that
2
really
safeties
assess
in
all the depth
field.
that you have. There's going to be some starters that need to be evaluated, and some starters that are let go.
Run it again.
Mostert, second or third in inches. They might actually give it to him.
Special teamer, been in the league a while. This is his 5th season.
Yeah,
now he's ascended
they gave it to him.
At this point, their number 1 running back. First down.
I don't understand why for every little thing they got to put copywritten music on everything. Like, come on now.
Down, you'll see him get down
throw,
and paddle and jump
throw
up
a little
like he's
thing
on the surfboard.
and talk about it.
Had 10 touchdowns this season after scoring 1 in his first 4 years. Over the right side this time. Mostert, gain of 3.
All right, 2nd and 7.
So you've got Danielle Hunter and Everson Griffin. The 2 guys, there they are. Griffin 97 and Hunter 99.
Hey, I feel you on that one,
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Against New Orleans, smart. Brought him inside to take on the New Orleans guards.
No, I have not ever been banned on this
like
score.
That's where they could most easily attack.
What's going on? Fields over 40.
Pass rushers, and when they get going, you don't want to be on the other end of it. So Garoppolo knows it. He's going to get the ball in his hands.
2nd and 7.
Oh, got the first down.
Beautifully designed play with a lot of ghost motion as Mostert takes the handoff, goes right through the middle to midfield. Tackle there by Harrison Smith after a gain of 9.
Well, we think about all these zone runs, but occasionally you will see a big double team out of these guys over here. And when they do this and get this kind of movement against Shamar Stephen, boy, you're going to have some nice looking plays out of there. If they can get that part of their game going, along with that outside zone, it's going to be tough to stop.
Garoppolo.
Oh, bad pass.
Release, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Deebo Samuel. The fearless one. Lives over the middle. Had a chance to meet with him the other day. He'll take on anybody.
He is something else, and it was interesting in talking with Kyle Shanahan. He said, we needed a man at wide receiver. That's the way he described him. He said, and you never think you're going to find one in the draft. You go find a free agent, something like that. The more we looked at Deebo Samuel, we knew he was the man we were looking for.
Supremely confident. 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Keep it on the ground. Here comes
lost about a yard.
Breida, and he gets stopped there by Danielle Hunter. The 49ers, the 3 backs, and they also, Jerick McKinnon was probably going to be their lead guy, the ex-Viking, but he was hurt again
this
year.
What's going on, AT?
His 2nd straight season.
Watch Hunter here against an excellent blocker on the outside, and Mike McGlinchey just hold that edge. It is so hard to stop that outside run, outside zone game with just 7 people down, but so far we've seen them make some
play
plays.
Selection is 5 rushes and 1 pass for the 49ers on this drive.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
3rd and 10, down to the last couple of minutes of the opening quarter. Garoppolo under pressure, hit as he throws.
He caught it!
And somehow it's Kendrick Bourne who's able to come back.
He caught it!
The duck.
Woo!
Created by Danielle Hunter. So a wobbly pass, the type that normally gets interception. Meanwhile, Garoppolo gets up a little gimpy. but he picks up the first down here.
Two best pass rushers over on the right-hand side, and Hunter and Griffin. Weatherly's the one that got a little pressure, but that thing, Al, you called it perfectly. The duck with a little luck.
And the shot here coming on Garoppolo. He's in a vice.
It doesn't matter. If you can get them to 3rd and long, they are going to be able to get after Jimmy Garoppolo with their pass rush.
Niners might want to give Jimmy a little extra time.
All right, there is a timeout. So San Francisco has 2, Minnesota has 3. There's 1:18 remaining in the first quarter. It is 7-7. Ball on Minnesota's 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Hey, they almost did on that last play, Demon Dad. That ball came out very, very wobbly, but that was one heck of a catch. But after this stream, I am already set up for the Titans and the Ravens, folks. And then after I get done with the Titans and Ravens, I will be setting up for the Texans and Chiefs and Seahawks and Packers for tomorrow. Also, I'll be setting up for the Clemson and LSU national title game.
So Jimmy Garoppolo getting that timeout called to give him a little break here. Here's what happened.
Yeah, take a look at Garoppolo's ankle here as Weatherly kind of rolls up on him right there.
He's under pressure
got a
again.
sack.
Down he goes at the 45, and that's Daniil Hunter, who got shot out of a cannon to get there and sack him. So that'll be a sack of 10 yards to make it 2nd down and 20.
Well, Mike McGlinchey, the right tackle, never got set. That's going to be one of the easier sacks that Daniil Hunter ever gets. You can see he was still at least a half a count behind everybody else when that ball was snapped. Hard to know, was the ball snapped early or was he just late getting off?
Jeffrey says, I hope the Titans
Hunter 14
beat
and
the
a half
Poppy
sacks
Loops
during the
out
regular
of
season.
the Ravens.
On 2nd and 20, over the middle, that pass is
almost intercepted by Kendricks.
Kittle, the intended receiver, Eric Kendricks, losing his helmet in the process.
6 likes with 30 people here.
Yeah, Kittle was forced to play defensive back on that one.
Appreciate that, West Branch Ball. If we get those likes up, we greatly appreciate it. YouTube does not help a small creator, so, you know, every like definitely helps.
And everyone knows as well.
The goal is to get 50 likes on a stream. If we can get more, then we greatly appreciate it as well.
That is consistently where he is. His numbers do go down under pressure as well.
All right, 3rd and 19.
Under pressure here a bit.
30
Off
seconds and the 3rd
sides,
and
it looks
19
like.
is going to become a 3rd down and 24.
False start.
All false start.
69. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So McGlinchey can't get set on the previous play. Now the false start. 3rd and 24 as they move it back to midfield to the 50.
Ooh, that hurts.
I tell you, this pass rush.
You got to play discipline.
They do intimidate. There's no
especially against the Vikings defense. The Vikings got a very underrated defense.
Well, they helped to make Drew Brees look pretty ordinary 6 days ago. Four-man rush. Garoppolo comes out the side door. And
oh, my goodness. What are you doing?
50-yard line by Weatherly. So a good-looking drive is when it started.
Fourth down.
Then Garoppolo goes down. It's 3rd and 24. Now it's 4th down. And they'll punt with 17 seconds left in the first.
I'll tell you, how many defensive coordinators this year, Alan, do we hear talk about make them go the long way, make them have a 10 or 12 play drive. Something will go wrong. They'll jump off sides. We'll get a sack. There'll be a hold. Exactly what happened there.
All right, folks, that's the end of one. It's 7-7. And when we return with the game audio, the Vikings will get the ball. Loren says, let's go D. Joseph Marshall says, and Captain Kirk will take it full advantage. We all need better defense, so hopefully we hire someone good, says West Branch Ball. Yeah, I believe so, Demon Dad. Neil, the one, yeah, Paul Pasqualeone did get fired. Well, he didn't get fired officially. They decided to mutually part ways. So he would have got fired. When it comes down to, okay, is it a fire or not? Yeah. But we did hire a new coordinator today on the special teams. What is his name again? Came from Cincinnati Bengals. Their special teams assistant. Braden Combs is the new special teams coordinator for the Detroit Lions. What's going on, James Willis? So I do got a question. If there's any Cincinnati Bengals fans in my chat, how did you guys like Braden Combs? And what is something you guys could tell Detroit Lion fans what to expect out of him? AT says they should have hired him for the defense.
Last week in our game.
All right, Roger Goodell's in the building.
He's here with wife Jane today as the 49ers will punt. Mitch Wishnowski sends it skyward, and a fair catch is called for, and bobbled and dropped at the 12-yard line, but then recovered by Marcus Sherrills. Not easy looking into that sun.
All right.
Still
Minnesota starts at the 12-yard line
here, and you can tell Sherrill's never comfortable under that ball at all. Lucky to hang on to it.
Yeah, you got a lot of things going on, though. The wind is ripping around. The sun's going down in his eyes. You got half the field encased.
Nah, not in the chat. He's at the at Candlestick.
Right there. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle DeFoya, and Santa Clara for this game. So Witherspoon, who was beaten by Diggs on the touchdown, comes out. Emmanuel Mosley now in at the corner for San Francisco. And Alexander Madison is the running back.
Oh, God, Kirk Cousins dropped him at the 3.
By Eric Armstead.
Let's go.
His 10 sacks on the year, led the 49ers. Comes bursting through to knock him down.
What's going on, Luis Costello?
Tremendous move out and then back inside here by Armstead.
What's going on, J.R. Wizzle?
I'll tell you, this may well come down to which one of these two tremendous pass rushing teams can get it done today. 2-1 Vikings so far in that stat.
2nd and 18. Give the ball to Madison. He's the backup to Cook, rookie out of Boise State. 3rd down. Interesting contrast in coaches here. You have the young Kyle Shanahan.
Yep.
Mike Zimmer had to wait a long time before he gets his head coaching job.
J.R. Wizzle might just be your
I guess
screen.
that's not happening. Shanahan's going nowhere.
It doesn't look good now, no. These are two
maybe
play
try to
callers that I think
get out and
see
come
the
back
field
in
and understand what nuanced changes they have to make inside the game as well as anybody in all of football. They are heavyweights going.
All right, 3rd and 15
in this one today.
3rd and 15. They'll be conservative.
Dalvin Cook got it up to the 10-yard line.
The 10-yard line. That's Mosley, who's
4th down.
Witherspoon at the right corner, who knocks him out, and it's a punting situation from the 10-yard line.
It really is, it's those big defensive plays, whether it's a sack, a tackle for loss, a penalty, whatever it may be, that neither one of these teams are at all comfortable getting into drop back passing whenever they get into a 2nd or 3rd and long.
Jeffrey,
and they basically
could.
Almost are willing to give up on the drive.
I mean, for me, it's a coin toss. Usually I can tell if a team's going to win or lose in that 3rd quarter. How do they open up that first drive?
Great kick. Taken at the 30-yard line. And Richie James, who's explosive, gets taken down at the 48-yard line by Weatherly.
All right. So it is 12:45 remaining in the first half. 7-7. 49ers with the ball. They start the ball with the at the 48-yard line. Yeah, I hate the Packers as well, but that's because I'm a Detroit Lions fan. Although I do have some cool, Packer fans that come into my chat. They're very respectful and things like that. So, just because I don't like their team doesn't mean I don't like them. They're cool. But, they know I'm a Detroit fan, so it's like, that's what's up. That's what here in the Sports Movement Network we're all about. If you're a Vikings fan, if you're a Bears fan, or a Packers fan, knowing that I'm a Detroit Lions fan, we are rivals on Sundays, but, we keep it all respectful and cool. We'll have some laughs and things like that. You know what, James Willis? Give me Derek Brown. If I got to pick between those two, give me Derek Brown just because of, you got question marks on Damon Snacks Harrison as well as Ashawn Robinson. Luis says Bears with 3 mad faces. Hey, remember week 1 of 2019? Oh, how my Detroit Lions how we got how we lost an 18-point lead to my second favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, we lost that game. I don't care if they want to call it a tie. We lost that game.
South Bay.
All right.
And come
Jimmy Garoppolo steps back.
Here.
First down. Oh, he dropped it.
Intended for Kendrick Bourne, who had the touchdown earlier. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
I tell you who's running some routes out here tonight, and it hasn't shown up so far, but Emmanuel Sanders, you talked about it a little bit, those 17 straight games that he had, you get a week off. I thought there would be some veteran players who might pop in this game. That was a brilliant route he just ran. We'll see if they start working him a little more.
49ers had 12
that's
full
what's up,
days
Jeffrey.
off because of the bye. The Vikings had 5. 4-yard gain here for MonStar, who carries just inside.
That is true,
Viking
Demon
territory.
Dad, because most.
And if the 49ers
this is
win,
a little fun fact. Most
Seattle
Arizona
Green
Cardinal
Bay
fans
here
actually like
Sunday.
the Denver Broncos.
Eric Kendricks, we talk about so much about how linebackers are really like running backs. They find the hole as well. So Kendricks just sort of flows over the top. And the minute he saw that first gap, he knew, all right, I'm getting up here and filling this. Sort of interesting. Didn't make the Pro Bowl, but made all pro.
Tight formation, 3rd and 7, and a whistle. Had 2 penalties in the game so far, both on the 49ers.
Number 19, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Deebo Samuel. If the Vikings win
Cost
this
them 5
game,
yards.
they have to stay on the road. They would either go to Green Bay or Seattle. They would meet the winner of tomorrow's game.
This is Mike Zimmer, what he lives for.
Oh, wow.
Right here. 3rd down and long. No telling what he's going to
Most
throw
ones I
up
know
here.
are either Cowboy
But for
fans or
Jimmy
49er
Garoppolo,
fans.
Any thought of holding this ball for very long in this situation? Don't do it.
Hunter moved inside.
Yeah, I like Matthew Stafford as well.
Momentarily, and then the pass is caught, and then spinning and picking up that first down is Deebo Samuel. And Chris, you said that Shanahan was looking for a man. That's a man.
All right, got the first down.
Put their 2 top pass rushers inside, just like they did a week ago, to go work on these 2 guards. But the guards held up, as did the protection. Nice little bit of movement by Garoppolo right there, and then it's all
Hey,
about
you know
the
I
man.
got to Joseph
Deebo's
Marshall.
short of the first down, and he's going to fight off all 3 of them to go get it. He was tremendous in that big game against Seattle to clinch the division.
Probably inspired by George Kittle.
What's going on, Charles Hall?
The tight end. 13 yards on a 3rd and 12. Now a little razzle-dazzle.
Deebo Samuel.
Looking for some space. And finally gets corralled, and the ball comes out.
Oh, the ball
But
came
for
out.
7, the Vikings all say they have it. Waiting for one of the officials to say so as well. They do.
Vikings
Harrison
ball.
Smith recovers.
Deebo Samuel coughed it up.
Xavier Rhodes knocked it free.
All right. There is some copyright music and commercials coming up, so I do have to mute the game audio. I can't believe Deebo Samuel coughed it up. What is he doing? Yeah, West Branch ball. You know, even if they couldn't have gave it to Marshawn Lynch, that should have still been a running play. Quarterback sneak, fullback, handed it off to Marshawn. Like, it should have been a running play no matter what. Deem Dad says now they got to do something with it. They need a touchdown. Luis says, I can see my uncle pulling his hair out right now. He's a 49ers fan. Charles Hall says, if Stafford was a Viking, would they be instant favorite next year? Yeah. Loren says, yes, heck yes. We need that way to go, Rhodes. Rumor is he's fishing for a trade. 2015 NFC Championship. Panthers shuffled those cards. And what they do, what do you call it? What they do with that opportunity, Joseph? Joseph Marshall says, I warned you I'm coming to Detroit now. All right. It is officially reviewed. So they are definitely looking.
The ball comes out.
Oh, his knees down.
And the feeling is this one is going to be overturned, of course, in the
49ers ball.
To keep the ball with them.
Xavier Rhodes really did rip that ball out, but
after reviewing the play, the runner was down by contact prior to the fumble. It'll be second down at the 35-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 10:42. 10:42, and the game clock will start on the whistle.
So that was the one definitive angle, or other angles that we had that obscured the ball.
I see you,
but
Joseph.
That one was clear and obvious. So the 49ers, with a 6-yard gain, now have a second down and 4 at the 35-yard line. Tevin Coleman comes in at running back. Juszczyk is the fullback.
Yeah, there's some ice storm warnings and flood warnings and things like that.
Coleman following Juszczyk.
Oh, Coleman with the first down.
To the 30-yard line. Linval Joseph makes the stop there.
the thing you worry about most against this look are these cutback plays. So you see the big guys of the Minnesota Vikings playing it fairly stout in there. And Linval Joseph, you don't think of him as being a runner up and down the line of scrimmage, but he's been getting all the way out there to make several of these plays. Those two inside guys are the key. They're who they read, whether or not they're going to cut it back or not.
First down from the 30-yard line. Nice run here.
All right,
Tevin Coleman,
the
former Falcon,
gain about eight.
Tackled by Anthony Harris. 2nd and 2.
You'll see the gaps that emerge in this thing, and that time Eric Kendricks tried to shoot the gap.
What's going on here?
His running as they go over, he's going to try and shoot in between here, but when he doesn't catch up to it, now you've got a problem. Now you've got some running lanes. Look at Kittle on the outside blocking. He is the #1 tight end in the game right now.
I call him Gronkowski 2.0. Second down, called it 3. They spotted at the 23-yard line. Fighting his way for a first down is Tevin Coleman. He takes it inside the 20-yard line with under 9 minutes to play in the first half.
Been trying to keep my eye on Mike Person a little bit, the right guard. He's had the neck injury, and he's back in there playing on this one. He's using a little bit of his brain more than his brawn on that one. That time he went in and allowed the defensive tackle to sort of push him back and create the hole. But there are some guys for the 49ers who took full advantage of that bye week, got healthy, and this team's about
MonStar
as healthy
says
as they've
everyone
been.
smash the thumbs up button for Trox. Appreciate that, MonStar.
Week very early. Got the 12 days off prior to this game.
Play action.
Rolling left. Garoppolo throws wide open.
Deebo Samuel.
His way to the 1-yard line is Deebo Samuel.
Let's go.
Boy, did they find a gem in the second round?
Quarterback sneak it.
No question about it, Al. One of the issues for the Minnesota Vikings is simply the fact they're having to play, and here they go to the line.
And Garoppolo is going to try to sneak it in.
No, I don't think they got it yet.
Stop short. So, of course, much like
quarterback
Brady,
sneak it again.
Under for 3.5 years, tries to get in with his feet. Here's the bootleg again.
Yeah, watch Andrew Sendejo, who's being forced to play that nickel slot position. He really is a safety by trade, and I'm sure all these different throws are, it's kind of the first time he will have seen him from that nickel slot position. That time able to drop it in over the top, and here's his Tom Brady impersonation.
Coleman is the back. Juszczyk is the fullback.
Tevin Coleman with the touchdown. Let's go. Woo! Let's go.
5.5-minute drive, and the big play, of course, was the overturn of what would have been a fumble to keep possession, and in they go.
George Kittle draws so much attention that when he comes in motion and people start running, there's just a natural little soft spot that happens, because when you look over and you see your teammate there, all of a sudden you get the motion and he goes, just makes it that much tougher.
All right, Robbie Gould.
Robbie Gould.
Kick is up. Kick is good.
14.
And it is 14-7. We got 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. San Francisco just scored a touchdown with an extra point, so it's 14-7. And when we come back from commercial break and I resume the game audio, Minnesota will be set to receive the kick. What's going on, Robert? Says thank you. Thank you for coming. Oh, absolutely, Jeffrey. You know, since 2010, this is the first time the New England Patriots will not be playing in the AFC title game. And speaking of the Patriots' last week opponent, I will be going live for the Titans and Ravens after this. West Branch Ball, the dynasty ain't over. Not until everybody officially puts the word in that they retired. That's when I'll say R.I.P. Patriots dynasty. But if there's a little glimpse of hope, I am not betting against the Patriots. One Pride 40 says, way to start the new decade? Absolutely. Joseph Marshall says Derrick Henry destroyed the Death Star. He made the shot and blew it all up. Robert Vega says, I am an Eagles fan. Let's go 49ers.
January
all right, we are back
on NBC and NBCSN.
All right.
Short kick, Abdullah
to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40.
Still going all the way out to the 43-yard line.
Amir Abdullah to the 43.
Let's go back. You see Mike Shanahan there, Kyle's father, Kirk Cousins, Kyle Shanahan. So, of course, Cousins started his career with the Washington Redskins. He was the number 4 pick, 4th round pick. Robert Griffin went in the 1st round, so they go back a long way. And Cousins telling us yesterday how excited he was when he found out it was going to be Mike Shanahan, and then by extension Kyle, who would give him the opportunity to cut his eye teeth as Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook with no game.
By Nick Bosa. Kind of funny the way it worked out, because RG3 was the flavor of the year. Had a tremendous rookie season. Cousins was on the bench. Cousins stayed in Washington. franchise tagged him for 2 years in a row, and clearly when Shanahan came here, Kyle, he was going to get Cousins if he could. But instead, the Garoppolo trade was made in the middle of the 17 season, which sent Kirk eventually to Minnesota.
Louis says, I think Henry is more like Han
New England.
To Tannehill's Luke.
Is caught, then running to the outside, but going nowhere. Is
Dalvin Cook with another no gain.
Making the stop there, 3rd and long.
Yeah, and you really get the feeling, but for the offer of Jimmy Garoppolo, that you would have had Kirk Cousins quarterbacking this 49ers team. I don't think there's any question about
it. Little doubt, but Garoppolo gets traded because he was going to end his 4th year. They had to do something. Brady was going to stay. Couldn't afford to pay him. So off he went for a 2nd-round draft choice for the 49ers. 3rd and 10. Cousins in the pocket, slips away, throws, and that's caught up at the 45-yard line. But that's
it's going to be 4th down.
His first grab. Mosley runs him out of bounds, and the Vikings will punt.
Well, Mosley comes in the game here, and all you want out of your cornerback is just make this play short of the 1st down. So Mosley came in at the end of the Seattle game. He comes in here, and his first effort, a good one.
Britton Colquitt to punt. Richie James had a nice run back from the last boot. Colquitt with 2 punts thus far, averaging 50 yards per. James angles over.
Ball is at the 6-yard line.
Right at that spot.
7-yard line.
4:45 to go.
All right. So we got 4:45 remaining in the first half. It is 14-7. San Francisco starts the drive at the 8-yard line. For those of you that are new to the chat, I will be going live for the Titans and Ravens next. Tomorrow I'll be doing the Texans and Chiefs, Seahawks and Packers. Then on Monday is Clemson at LSU for the national title game. So if you're new and you enjoy football, college and pros, I do every single game in the playoffs as well as bowl games. And I do college basketball and NBA as well. I will be your home for March Madness as well as every single game in the playoffs. Next week will be on Sunday, we'll be doing the AFC title game followed by the NFC title game. Jeffrey, they're a little bit banged up. Not a whole lot banged up, but you know, I mean, when you're in the playoffs, you're gonna suck it up and play. You got a chance to play for a Super Bowl. You know, unless you literally cannot move, you are playing with some sort of injury. And the one thing about the Death Star is always comes back. Jeffrey says that's true, no excuses. All right, after the copyright music is over, I will be bringing back the game audio. All right, we are back, folks.
Catch and run leading to the victory there. Greenlaw last week. That changed the whole dynamic for the NFC playoff picture for every team except Minnesota. They were locked into the 6, and every other team was involved in what was going to take place at the end of the Seattle game a couple of weeks back. Kevin Coleman to the 9-yard line. If the 49ers
says, don't forget the XFL.
had given up that touchdown inches away, they would have been the 5 seed. Been on the road probably 3 weeks in a row to get to the Super Bowl. Instead,
I mean, if you guys want me to do this, the XFL, I guess I could do the XFL. I will be doing
advantage plays into it.
You know, college basketball and NBA as well.
It's just so significant. We got a chance to play in the Super Bowl one time, and I remember
you guys want me to
last
do
year,
the
my
XFL,
career, I felt like I was 25 years old.
Definitely hit that subscribe button and keep showing up. I'll do it.
Second down and 9 to the
Mozart
outside, to the short side of the field, and fighting his way.
A yard short.
To a first down is Mostert.
All right, there is some copyright music, so I do have to mute the game audio real fast.
The motion
we are back.
Part of the big package of what Kyle Shanahan does.
2019, they used motion on 78% of the plays, which is first in the NFL.
The first down, and he will get it.
All right, first down.
Shy of the 19-yard line.
Oh, you're welcome, Robert.
Well, Jimmy Garoppolo, no fear despite taking that big shot, and you've got those 2 huge guys right in here. Maybe 2 of the toughest guys to try and run against in all of football. Garoppolo had to fight for every ounce, and Kittle gave him a little extra shove. Stephen and Joseph inside, well, they are a load.
Under 3 minutes to the half. Garoppolo.
Oh, interception! Kendricks.
And he gets tackled at that spot, so it's exactly what the Vikings needed in this situation. 49ers.
There's your real turnover, Vikings fans.
Use the clock as well, and instead it's the Vikings.
Kendricks picked it off.
Field position.
What a play by Kendricks.
What's going on, D. Martin?
Go for the play fake at all. He just sees it. He reads it. He probably read the set of those offensive linemen, not even looking at the backs. He says he studies it all the time. What do the linemen do? What's the footwork of the quarterback and those running backs? He read that perfectly. What a play.
No interceptions for him during the regular season.
All right, ball's at the 20-yard line.
Cousins off the fake. Tries to set up the screen. Gets it to Cook.
Dalvin Cook with about 4 yards.
The ball to the 24-yard line. Sheldon Day stops him there. Gain of 4.
And for Jimmy Garoppolo, this is when you start thinking about it. And for Eric Kendricks, proving once again why he is, if not the best linebacker,
great game, says D. Martin.
One of the best. But as a
appreciate you for rocking with me, brother.
Playoff start, you make one of those, right? And you know, this is a different kind of pressure. This isn't just an ordinary football game.
They're going to let it tick down to the 2-minute warning. They have all 3 timeouts on the other side of the break.
All right, that's your 2-minute warning. It is 2nd and 6. So for those of you that are new, I do have to mute the game audio for copyrighted music and for commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. After this game, I will be going live for the Titans and the Ravens. Tomorrow we'll be doing the Texans and the Chiefs, followed by the Seahawks and the Packers. On Monday, we'll be doing the Clemson Tigers versus the LSU Tigers for the national title game. Next Sunday, we'll be doing the AFC title game, followed by the NFC title game. That will be on Sunday. During the week, I'll be doing 2 Pistons games, as well as the Michigan and Iowa game, as well as the Celtics and Bucks game. So we're gonna mix in and match it, college and pros during the week, until there's some football on. Jeffrey, no. I don't think that the Detroit Tigers will be any good this year because of one guy, Mr. Al Avila. When he is fired and we finally get a real general manager, that's when we'll have at least hope. One Pride 40 says we drafted in Simmons. Luis says Brewers are letting things slip through their fingers. Jeffrey says I feel the same way about Mike Brown and the Bengals. You know, for the Detroit Lions, it's the Ford family. For the Tigers, it's Al Avila. You know, the Pistons are starting to make it seem like it's Tom Gores. How are you going to try to tell your guys to trade your best player that you never built a team around?
Great way to...
Whoop.
And that is
Thielen
making the catch.
Thielen with the first down.
Adjusting on the route and picking up the first down. Richard Sherman making the tackle there.
Lorenz says,
all 3 timeouts.
Let's go Vikings. We need a touchdown.
Ball at the 16-yard line, first down.
Yeah, you don't often see Richard Sherman in the slot man coverage. Robert Saleh over there trying to get a handle on this when those quick changes can be tough on a defense.
Diggs to the left, he comes in motion. Thielen split wide to the right. Cousins on a straight drop. That is caught by Cook.
Oh, loss of a yard.
Back, taken down by Sheldon Day at just about the line of scrimmage.
Quan Alexander coming around and make a play on one of the best open field players in the NFL, and Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, I think so too, Neil. The one. You know, we actually got a general manager there that knows how to build a team.
They say he doesn't always go to the right spot, but he gets there fast. And that time he's able to find them, get there quickly.
Cousins.
All right, 2nd and 11. 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Mostly short. 2nd down and 11 to the outside. Goes this pass. And that is incomplete, intended for Diggs. Mosley covering.
Stephen Diggs could have ran out for that pass.
44 seconds. The Viking offense. TD pass to Diggs for 41 yards.
What's going on, RC? How's it going, brother?
Collectively, 47 yards. The Niner defense has done the job. What do you call here, Chris?
You know, Kirk Cousins has been so good on those bootleg plays out of the pocket, especially to his left.
Oh, absolutely, West Branch ball. All right, both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. It is 44 seconds. Minnesota did take a timeout. What's going on, Float Pool? Says Vikings and Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Same results as 50 years ago. Sports Player 2.0 Daniel, what's going on? Says, what's up, Troxel? West Branch Ball says, Pistons, you don't know what's going on. We got the players and coaches, but still failing. I'm sorry. All right. It's 3rd and 11, 44 seconds remaining. Kirk Cousins going back under center.
To the half as Garoppolo checks out the pictures after the interception by Kendricks.
Stephon Diggs has been one of the best contested catch guys as well. He's flanked out to Cousins left. 2 deep safeties, though, tough.
Go 5 wide here.
All right.
And Cousins under pressure.
Oh, he got sacked.
21-yard line. That's D4.
Oh, he has to go for a field goal now.
Kansas City. They have really,
because you got to come away with some points.
Extra week got
because in 36 seconds,
he gets the sack here to set a 4th down.
You know, when they start the 3rd quarter,
against Pat Elflein,
San Francisco's going to start with the ball.
And you see some of the elite pass rush moves.
So you have to walk away with some sort of points.
From your left. And Al, I tell you, I went back and, it's been a while since he played. I went back and watched when he was in the game. Just a difference maker. This sack team of the 49ers was so good for so long. He went out of the game, and their numbers really just fell off a cliff. So now back in action and in a bit of a new role.
All right, Dan Bailey set to kick.
Him in over the guard.
He has 21 consecutive made field goals. Longest streak in the NFL.
39-yard attempt here for Dan Bailey, the long-time.
And the kick is up.
Cowboy.
And the kick is good, folks. It is 14-10 with 31 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
To make it 14-10.
All right, there's some copyrighted music I do got to mute the game audio for. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. After this game, we'll be doing the Titans and the Ravens. So I'm definitely excited. We got some good games tonight and tomorrow, and including on Monday when we do Clemson and LSU.
He talked to Robert Saleh about him a little bit. That's what's up. But talking about Richard Sherman, he doesn't always do things in the classic way. But his brain, he just sees things that other guys don't. He reads route combinations. He reads the angles of the quarterback's shoulders. He reads the footwork of the quarterback. It's been something for a long time.
All right, the kick is up. And we get a touchback.
So the 49ers now will get the ball at the 25-yard line. Garoppolo. First drive after throwing a pick. Take a look at that. 36 of 39. 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. Does he have enough time here to move them at least into field goal range? The 49ers do have 1 timeout.
William Pittman says go for 2. LOL.
And they will just be content to take it to the locker room because they're also going to get the second half kickoff.
All right,
running off the
that
field
is the end of the second quarter, folks.
We'll hear that.
It is 14-10.
The second half from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. So the winner of the game, it's on to the NFC Championship game. San Francisco will get the second half kickoff. Coming up next, Toyota half.
All right. As you heard, the 49ers will receive the second half kick. And we are at halftime, folks. Wish my Pistons can be the bad boys from years ago, but will never be. Yeah, we will never see the bad boys, and we'll never see the going to work Pistons again. And the only reason is because the NBA wants more offensive flows. That style of defense and that style of play will never happen again. Why? Because of all the new rule changes. I will say that, the closest thing we can have is give us a good defense and give us, where we can at least be able to keep up with some of these powerhouses. That's one thing I don't like about, these super teams in the NBA. I think it waters down the actual product. Because now you kind of know what teams are going to be in the playoffs and what teams are going to be tanking. Because if you don't at least have 2 superstars on your team, you have no hope. Where, the going to work Pistons, they didn't need superstars. They just needed 5 guys at any given time to come out there and perform. And they had probably one of the best starting 5 units in the NBA. Yeah, I get that, Charles, but you got to understand though, the rule changes will not allow us to play that style of basketball. You know, you got to understand, it was a very physical sport, even in 2000, the early 2000s. I mean, I seen Steve Nash in the Western Conference Finals every single game have bloody nose and broken nose and fingers, and you know, it was just a blood fest. That style of basketball will not happen. Guys will get kicked out and things like that. Like, we will not see great basketball again like that. Now, you can see good defense, absolutely. And defense does win championships. You know, but you have to have a team that can score with the best of them, that could, you know, play some sort of defense, because let's face it, today's NBA does not really play defense. You know, I mean, even the 20 block shots that the Lakers had on the Pistons were giving them those blocks. Like, we looked like we were lethargic out there. Obviously, we're going to get the shot blocked because you're not going in hard and strong enough. You know, you put a body on somebody, they're going to back down. All right. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. There's a lot of flooding and stuff going on. What's going on, Fresh 313? How's it going, brother? What's going on, Arku? Alright, guys, I will be in the chat. I am going to go grab a dilly. And we can, what do you call it? We can chat it up in the chat.
Meanwhile, you've got a penalty here, Michelle, on the Vikings. Unnecessary roughness on the kicking team. That'll cost them 15, and we'll go back and catch the penalty here. Calling it on Holt and Hill. That would be the Vikings' first penalty of the game.
Yeah. It's playoff.
I'm with you too. Yeah.
It's playoff football. It's okay.
All right, guys, we're back.
I'm with you. Move on.
There was a 15-yard penalty on the Vikings, so we're at the 37-yard line.
Flanked by 2 backs. Start on the ground.
Mozart
taking it to the 41.
Gained about 4.
Mostert.
Oh, there is some copyrighted music. I do got to mute it for.
Another one.
No huddle over the middle. It's batted and incomplete. Batted by Samuel. Xavier Rose was right there. Wanted to make sure he almost played defensive back on that 3rd and 6.
All right.
I couldn't tell whether or not Harrison Smith right there looked like he was going to go on that route, but he falls it back underneath against Deebo Samuel.
Shout out to Bud Light Platinum.
She was well covered on the play. Able to swat it to the ground. 3rd down and 6.
Kendrick almost got that another interception.
Blitz coming. Pressure on Garoppolo. Steps up, steps away.
Oh, got the first.
Caught. Kendrick Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne with the first down.
Bourne scored their first touchdown. Great catch to pick up a big first down. A gain of 21.
Great job of figuring out that the blitz was coming from here. Because if they don't do that, Garoppolo's not going to have time to make this throw right there. Once you get the one-on-one coverage down the field, not so tough. But for Bourne, what a catch that was. He's an interesting guy. I mean, he either makes spectacular catches or he has trouble catching them, but that was pretty spectacular.
All or nothing at all with Bourne.
Hey, easy, easy. Hey, Cam! Cam! 118!
Coleman.
All right, Coleman with a gain of about 4
to the
or 3.
32-yard line. Coleman, the ball carrier. Chris, back to some of the numbers now on the AWS statistics.
Yeah, it's really what this offense is supposed to be all about, and it's a big reason they want to get those runs going and Garoppolo off of that, and the play action passes.
Let's go.
And you can see they're trying to get a little tempo going here as well in the second half.
This is Coleman.
Oh, got the first down.
Tevin Coleman to the 25-yard line, and he picks up the first down. Coleman now with.
All right, 49ers are marching down the field.
Yards.
George Kittle on the outside here. Just watch him get off the first block, get up to the second block, and really make the play. Now, I know we're never going to have an MVP play tight end, but if you want to say who has had the biggest impact on their team, not at a quarterback position, which is obviously the MVP, I'm not so sure that guy right there isn't the guy.
5th round.
Oh, absolutely,
draft
Charles. It's fun going up to Mackinac and things like that.
118!
Tevin Coleman.
Back here to Coleman.
Down to the 19, possibly 18-yard line.
Well, I asked teammates and coaches for 3 words to describe George Kittle. Those in white that you're going to see in a minute mentioned multiple times. The 2 words tied for the most mentions: energetic and crazy, with freak next. I heard explosive, carefree, fun, passionate, and ruthless. And I think Kittle would agree. He called himself goofy, chaotic, and gritty.
Did you see the little 2-finger high five, whatever that was in the huddle right there? He's just a fun-loving guy. Kind of reminds you of Gronk a little bit.
2nd down and 4. Through the middle.
Mozart got about 2.
That's going to set up a 3rd and short. Inside the 20-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd and 2.
Now this is an offense, and Mike Zimmer knows it, that they want to try
What's going on,
and
Josh
stretch you wide.
Jackson?
They want to try to get those inside defensive tackles, Joseph and Stefan, running sideways, and then they hit you backside off the back end of that thing. But this is a huge play right here. Mike Zimmer squad really.
Hey, I was
to
actually
stop.
real close to Alpino.
Fullback pair of
I was about
tight
20
ends
minutes
here.
away from
Mostert
Alpino.
is the running back. Fake it to him. Rolling. Garoppolo under pressure, and then just has to throw it away. Good job by the Viking defense on that.
All right,
Didn't get
this guy
fooled
got to go.
off the play fake. Nowhere to go. 4th down. In comes Robbie Gould for the field goal.
You know, he did have a little bit of an opportunity. I don't know if he ever saw him or not, but coming off the backside, there was a tight end. It was Juszczyk, the fullback. And right there as well, Levine Toilolo had a chance. But again, the pressure just too quick.
35-yard attempt for Robbie. Good as gold.
All right. Field goal is good. It's 17-10. 10:42 remain in the third. Minnesota is set to get the ball back. Josh, I'll email you. Yeah, I hid that channel. He's a bum anyways. Anyone that shows games are bums. And they can go to Hades and kick hot coals with no shoes on. And you could tell them that Troxel Sports told you to do it. But we will be on for the Titans and Ravens, Texans and Chiefs, Seahawks and Packers, Clemson and LSU. Tuesday, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing yet. Wednesday will be the Pistons and Celtics. Then Thursday will be the Celtics and the Bucks. Friday will be Michigan and Iowa. Saturday will be Pistons and the Hawks. And then next Sunday will be the AFC title game and NFC title game. So we got some fun coming up, folks. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe because we're going to have fun doing this. I will be your home for March Madness as well. Well, welcome back, Greenwall Tree.
Broncos, Gary Kubiak was there as a player and an assistant coach. Kyle Shanahan, of course, was the kid growing up. He was there as well. Kubiak would go on to Houston.
Oh,
coach
man.
The Texans, brought
Your dog
Kyle
woke you
there,
out?
and now he is here, Texans head coach for
Oh,
8
yeah,
seasons with
absolutely,
Shanahan
Charles. Belle Isle
as
is
an
beautiful.
assistant.
They definitely cleaned it
So
up a lot.
Those three go back a long way. And, of course, for Gary Kubiak, who Mike Zimmer said is the best thing that's happened to him since he came to Minnesota. He will always love coming into this stadium. This is where Gary won his Super Bowl as the head coach of the Broncos.
All right, the kick is
4
up.
years ago.
All right.
Amir Abdullah taking it
Here
from
to the
3-yard line.
25, 30 to
Up
the
to the
34.
Interesting thing with Kubiak, and Gary, because of health reasons, stepped down as the head coach at Denver, remained in the area, took a job in Baltimore, had a chance to maybe go back to Denver. Then he was told, Zimmer was told, he wanted to work for him. And look what happened.
Yeah, and Mike Zimmer says it's the best thing that ever happened to him since he's been a head coach, and you can understand why. I really think they've got to get back a little bit to that style of offense here. They have to get Dalvin Cook going.
Yeah, Cook has done next to nothing. Can he start here? No, he can't.
All right, no
that
gain.
will be Cook's
maybe a
7th carry
half a
of
yard.
the game. and he has gained a total of 11 yards. He's caught 4 for 8 yards.
Well, anytime the backside comes around, as Bosa does here, and makes this play, the next play or soon after has to be a bootleg. You can't let that backside in come crashing down there. So it'll be up to Kirk Cousins,
for Minnesota.
Rolls to his left beautifully to start holding that backside in.
Thielen in motion.
Cousins, late pressure, incomplete. That's
Dalvin Cook
up there. Nick
dropped it.
Right there to
incomplete
pass.
3rd and 9.
Fred Warner came in on the delayed
Oh, absolutely, Joshua Hunter. Nick Bosa is the beast.
One of the best coverages we've seen all day. So everybody slides the line and slides the protection that way. So they drop him in coverage. Reads the quarterback's eyes, finds Cook. He must have heard my commentary, but not today.
3rd and 9. Cousins fires.
Oh, intercepted!
Intercepted at the 40.
Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman. Flag on the play.
Oh, there's a flag.
At the 24-yard line. There's also a Viking down. That's Brian O'Neill, the right tackle.
Uh-oh, their right tackle is down.
Kirk Cousins said, I'm not going to Richard Sherman's side unless I have to. I guess he had to, because this time Thielen's going to come out. Sherman's going to beat him to the route. Thielen's going to stop. Sherman's going to be right there. It is just so hard to do anything to fool that guy. You literally see quarterbacks say, I'm not going there, and there is a reason why.
And such a key guy now for a team that has very little postseason experience, except for him. His 3rd postseason interception. Here's the blindside block by Bosa that takes O'Neill to the ground. Walt Anderson ready to make the call here. Talking about
after the interception, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 97 of the intercepting team. It'll be 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. It will be 1st down.
Unnecessary roughness on Nick Bosa for the blindside hit.
Well, Chris, you talked about Cousins, not wanting necessarily to go Sherman's way. His quote when we talked to Kirk last night, why pick on Sherman? We don't need to.
I bet you on the sideline they're saying, why did you pick on Sherman?
Right. Richard Sherman, career in postseason, of course, in Seattle. The pass rating against him is minuscule. 45-1 average pass rating in the league is about 90 and change. So once again doing the job, played his college football right up the freeway at Stanford.
It's kind of fun to watch Richard Sherman play over there. He kind of takes a couple of hops backwards. He sees the receiver out of the corner of his eyes, but he's watching the quarterback. That's how he makes his reads.
After the penalty, the drive begins now at the 44-yard line. Start on the ground. Chugging his way to the 40-yard line goes Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, and right now you're seeing the Minnesota Vikings, especially on early downs. There's Cousin talking it over with Thielen, who obviously
we got 9:30 remaining.
Bad ankle.
2nd and 6 for the 49ers.
Miscommunicated, whatever you want to call it there. But this is sort of that point in the game now where Mike Zimmer might have to start taking a few chances. He definitely would like to drive them out of any potential field goal range right here.
Meanwhile, the right tackle O'Neill being taken back to the locker room. 2nd down and 6. Cutting it back.
Oh, first down.
Tevin Coleman. Talking about that 3-headed rushing attack. Coleman's been the primary guy in the game. 11 for 48. Mostert 8 for 41.
Well, here's what the outside zone is intended to do. Everybody goes that way, and then the back can come all the way back. So this play literally can go from the boundary to all the way back by the backside right tackle. And as you begin to fly out of there, that's when that cutback starts to happen. And I tell you, Kyle Shanahan will ride the hot hand, whoever it is at running back.
All right, Tevin Coleman with about 6 yards.
Taken down by Joseph. The 49ers dominating statistically in so many areas, including time of possession. They've had the ball almost 24 minutes to 13 for the Vikings.
The key, Al, for this outside zone run is how quickly the offensive lineman can get off the ball. Watch the speed with which they get there. They feel like that it's like a track meet at the start of the 100 meters. If their linemen are the first to move and the first to get bodies up on them, they have a huge advantage.
Now Mostert is back at it, running back. Give it to him.
Mostert picked the first down.
To the 20-yard line he goes.
That was a gain of about 8.
18th first down for the 49ers. The Vikings have 4.
I hate to say it, but this is when having played last week starts to kick in. You know, a team starts pounding you. They start running the football on you. Your body's beat up. Their body is fresh from the bye week. It just starts taking a toll. It is so hard. I think this is the biggest advantage that happens at any time in the NFL. This week, those teams that got the bye versus the ones that had to play last week.
Not only that, the Vikings had to play on Sunday, go home, and now they're playing on Saturday. Only 5 full days off. Here's Mostert again to the 17-yard line. Under 7 minutes to play now in the third quarter. 49ers trying to cement the opportunity to get to the Super Bowl with a home game here next week.
So easy to talk about George Kittle, the pass receiver, but watch what he can do. He's out there against Everson Griffin. Now, how many times this year
he got a chance to the inside?
Tight ends trying to block.
That's a great block by George Kittle.
It just doesn't happen. With Kittle, it does.
He's the whole package. On second and 6, Mostert submarines his way inside
2 yards
the
short.
15-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2 on a drive right now that's consumed almost 4 minutes. This will be the 7th play upcoming after the Sherman interception.
Kyle Shanahan's just like his old man, isn't he? If he starts to press an advantage against you and start to get that physical nature going, Terrell Davis, you think of all those teams, and he is just going to say, you know what? Got you on your heels. We're going to make you man up here.
They've run 6 plays on this drive, all runs.
Tevin Coleman to the 5. Down at the 2.
So doing the whole drive on the ground.
Let's go.
1st and goal.
Going to get Person coming around here and leading this thing up. But when you get the fullback, it's like having a 2-man power in there. And they are just coming after the Minnesota Vikings right now. A big, stout defense who just doesn't.
I do appreciate the 77 of you in the building. Get those thumbs up past 50. Be greatly appreciated. All right, 1st and goal.
From the 2. The ground again.
Tevin Coleman. Touchdown.
Coleman takes it in.
23-10.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. And so the Sherman interception sets them up at the 44-yard line. 8 runs, no passes, and up by 2 scores.
Just a little trap from the backside. Going to come over here and make this block here. But that was just a gut check. I mean, you could almost smell it. You could tell that Kyle Shanahan said, we've got them on their heels. We're going to press this advantage, and there's nothing like running the ball down the field like that for a touchdown to make a team feel like we've got you.
Yeah, Demon Dad, I definitely agree with that.
Robbie Gould for the point after.
Kick is up. Kick is good.
And with
24-10.
5 minutes to play.
All right. right, we got some copyrighted music and commercials, so I do have to mute the game audio. Appreciate the 84 of you in the building, and appreciate you guys for being patient. After this game, I will be doing the Titans and the Ravens, and then tomorrow we'll be doing the Texans and Chiefs, followed by the Seahawks and Packers. On Monday, we'll be doing the Clemson-LSU national title game. So if you enjoy football and basketball, college and pros, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button, smashing that notification bell, and coming back and rocking with your boy. If you guys can get those thumbs up, it'd be greatly appreciated. It definitely helps us small YouTube creators be seen. Neo the One says, Charles, the Ford Motor Company haven't made new cars to compete with Tesla. Sadly, there's no more Big Three. Chrysler is gone. No competition. Josh Jackson says, the Detroit Princess sounds cool. Was it a ship or ferry or something? It's kind of like a cruise ship, but it just goes around the Detroit River. It is a lot of fun. If you haven't went on the Detroit Princess, definitely do so. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, Dalvin Cook has been superhuman today. And not as in Superman human. Robert Vega says, fly 49ers fly. William Pittman says, sounds like Spirit of Norfolk ship. Josh Jackson says, bucket list soon to be checked. LOL. All right, we're going to be getting ready to kick back on the game audio. There is some copyrighted music right now as they coming back from break. I have been on one time.
Super Bowl
all right, we are back from the commercial.
In 25 years,
4:54 remain in the third.
San Diego and Miami.
Minnesota is set to get the kick. Amir Abdullah to the 10, to the 20, to 25. Stopped at the 28-yard line.
That's where they'll start. Rest of the divisional lineup tonight: Tennessee, Baltimore, Ian Eagle, and Dan Fouts have that on CBS. Houston, Kansas City tomorrow early with Jim and Tony. Seattle, Green Bay with Joe and Troy on Fox tomorrow. And then the championship games presented by TurboTax next Sunday. AFC first, NFC second. From the 28-yard line, Rashad Hill comes in at right tackle with O'Neal back in the locker room. And the catch is made here by Thielen, taken down by Mosley. We go to Michelle.
Yes, you mentioned it. Brian O'Neal went back to the locker room. He was accompanied by the unaffiliated neurotrauma consultant. That's
what's going on, Sing
He's being evaluated for concussion. Yeah, Rashad Hill in there. He's played 12 games at right tackle through his career, Al.
Rashad Hill, fourth year out of Southern Mississippi. 2nd and 5. Cousins throws. He's under duress and gets that to Kyle Rudolph, who's been fairly silent today. Up to the 33-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4. Bosa put the heat on.
Yeah, they are not letting Cousins get out of there. That is at least the second time tonight where Cousins was almost drilled coming out on one of those naked bootlegs. So many teams fly down the line, but not the 49ers. They don't have to stop this running game so far.
Big 3rd and 4 for Minnesota. Cousins dancing And throws on the run.
Ooh, incomplete pass. Sing Sing, I am going for the 49ers today. I am a Detroit Lions fan, so my apologies, Vikings.
Fourth down.
You know what's really interesting about Emmanuel Mosley is that he was the backup, and so it was like, okay, when Witherspoon gets his health back, we're just going to go ahead and make the change back to Mosley, or back to Witherspoon, and they did that. But Witherspoon's play never got to the level of where Mosley was. I can't imagine they're going to switch back for next week should they win this one.
To win this one, it's Green Bay or Seattle, whoever wins tomorrow's game in here next Sunday. Colquitt's punt.
Appreciate that, Sing Sing.
Bounces at the 10. Yeah, stay away from it. At the 17-yard line.
All right. So there's copyrighted music and commercials. As soon as we resume the game audio. Jeffrey says, I thought the princess was Michigan's nickname. Hey, come on now. Deem Dad says, that was a terrible series. Josh Jackson says, when I said that I meant that, I'll put it in my bucket list and check it. If I have my way, I'll be going nowhere as far as death goes. It gets frustrating when I can't say what I'm thinking. William Pittman says, I just bought a Ford Taurus Limited 2013, best car I've had. Actually, it's a luxury car. Charles says, they are down to earth, kind people. I've met and worked with them as well. The show is a future classic. Jeffrey says, Josh Jackson is also a kicker for Ohio State from my hometown back in 1993 or so.
You just saw a commercial featuring Katie Sowers, the 49ers offensive assistant, who's in her third season in San Francisco. She played 8 seasons in the Women's Football Alliance before pursuing her dream to coach. Another trailblazer on the field, down judge Sarah Thomas, who last season became the first woman to be part of an NFL postseason officiating crew. I saw her before the game. She said, I'm glad my daughter's old enough to see this and understand how significant it is, Al.
Very cool. There is Sarah Thomas.
I'm glad my daughters are old enough to see that, too. Yeah. I love that.
Bet you are. From the 17-yard line, running back is Coleman. Fullback, use check.
18!
Motion here. Coleman again with great proficiency to the 23. Jimmy Garoppolo, you know the story, drafted in the 2nd round by New England back in 2014.
All right, there's some copyright music. I do got to mute it for real quickly. Robert Vega says, go Green Bay because Seattle are cheap artists. They hurt my quarterback last week. Actually, he did not get fined for that hit.
The guy back in 2014. That team, the Patriots, started out 2-2. He comes in Kansas City in a Monday night game when New England got killed and looks good. The 22-yard line now, you hand the ball off to Coleman.
All right,
so after
3rd down and about 1.
2-2. Is Brady too old? By the way, the last time I looked, Brady's still playing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So Garoppolo said it was so awkward And they were asking Belichick after the game, what about your quarterback? What about that situation? And that is the famous on to Cincinnati press conference.
Yeah, what Garoppolo remembers is they asked Belichick whether or not there was a quarterback controversy now, and Belichick laughed. Because that's all I can remember. He just laughed.
But Jimmy said that was a very awkward postgame for him. Kirk Cousins can only wait to hope his team can get the ball back quickly on a 3rd and 1, and they will get it back quickly here. Because Coleman gets stuck
and
by Odenigbo at the line of scrimmage. So,
all right, 4th and 1.
The Vikings with a quick defensive 3 and out.
Well, it's pretty easy for Odenigbo when nobody blocks him. And you'll see here they're going to block down, and he just gets a free run. Almost looks like Kendrick Bourne maybe was supposed to at least take a shot, gave up on it, and that was that. So the Vikings got done what they had to get done there.
Mitch Wisnowski, rookie, picked in the 4th round out of Utah, only his 2nd punt of the game. His first was 37 yards. And they will drain that clock all the way down. Angled kick.
Whoop.
Juggled, lost. Sherrills loses it, and recovered by the 49ers.
Recovered by San Francisco inside the 10.
And this one does.
And it's Mostert, who plays on special teams in addition to running back, who makes the recovery. Drifting, it's windy.
What is Sherrills doing? See, that's
right off his chest,
okay. Anybody that can play football,
he's been one of the best in the
do
league
not catch it with your pads. Catch it
punts.
with your hands.
But a disaster for
and it's a high
and
percentage chance you will catch the football and maintain possession.
As a special teams guy. Now he's their lead running back, but he also plays on special teams as well.
Come on, I want to see the surfboard thing. You just make a big stand defensively. You've got to be thinking, what the heck? We made a stand, and now we got to come back. But really, the story of this game so far is that the Minnesota Vikings on defense.
Minnesota's going to have to bench him for what do you call it?
So far today,
for at least Abdullah or something, because dropping that punt
has been where they have lost.
Got him in 1st and goal.
They hold people here.
When you're down 14,
the turnover as they do on all turnovers. Now Mostert stays.
Granted, you got a whole another quarter, but still, you got horrible mistake.
On a 1st and goal.
Mostert got about 2 yards.
8-yard line.
Kendricks makes the stop there.
Yeah, they're starting to play a little bit of that 6-1 defense.
What's
now
going
that
on,
we saw
James
the
Spencer?
Patriots play against the Rams in the Super Bowl. So now let's see what Kyle Shanahan
I like
does
that one,
to adjust.
James.
So they're going to, let's see if they do it again.
12 consecutive running plays.
Nope.
Second and goal. Now a pass.
George Kittle to about the 4-yard line.
The tight end Eric Wilson makes the
3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal, and that should take us to the 4th quarter. So when play resumes in the final quarter, it will be a 3rd down and goal.
All right, just so you guys know, when the end of the 3rd, I do got to mute the game audio. All right. And that's for copywritten music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes at the start of the 4th quarter, I will be bringing back the game audio. After this game, I will be doing the Titans and the Ravens. Tomorrow we'll be doing both games as well. The Texans and Chiefs, Seahawks and Packers. Then on Monday we got the Clemson Tigers versus the LSU Tigers. So if you guys enjoy football, college and pros, as well as basketball, college and pros, this is definitely a good channel to subscribe to. We have fun, and I bring you guys the audio. We have fun. We get in the chat and crack some jokes. Everybody be respectful, and we enjoy the time. Met a lot of cool people. Robert Vega says nail in the coffin. Charles says Detroit is back downtown. Is a great place to spend the weekend. Jeffrey Russell says, I've been to Detroit twice. It was a shell of the first time I was there. I couldn't even believe it. Charles Hall says, Diamond Hands, baby. Abdul Terrell says, you call me Troxel, LOL. Did I say your name, AT? I thought I said Amir Abdullah. My bad. Charles Hall says, learned that in Pale League? Absolutely. Like, I don't get it. Like, why are you going to try to catch with your pads? It bounces, people. You grab the football with your hands. There is no movement. Unless you're Eric Ebron, then you got movement. Because that man can't catch a pass if his life depended on it. And yes, even in Indianapolis, he still led the league in drop passes. Troxel, did you know my grandpa was friends with the Spinners? Oh yeah, my bad.
They really have protected Jimmy Garoppolo
almost
since
says
that
you got
interception.
49ers.
I
do got the 49ers.
And just been pounding
and that is due to I am a Detroit Lions fan. So next game I am going for the Seahawks against the Packers.
19. So third down and goal, little shovel pass here to Kittle.
Oh, it's fourth down.
And he gets stopped at the 3-yard line. So it's fourth and goal, and Robbie Gould comes in for a chip shot field goal.
I tell you what, Harrison Smith is a smart guy. They had
I want the Seahawks to win
in front of his face, and he just sits right there. He doesn't pay
I would
any
love the
attention
Titans
to
to
who
win
all's
right
going
after
motion,
this game.
who's out wide, what they're faking.
But I think the Ravens'
Sat right there and made a
firepower
big
is way
play.
too much, so I'm going with the Ravens.
5 consecutive Pro
And
Bowls.
tomorrow, to start tomorrow off, will be the Texans and
21-yard
Chiefs.
field goal attempt.
That's a
for
coin
Robbie
flip
Gould.
game. I can see that game actually going to overtime.
And that would make it a
All right.
possession lead.
All right, so it's 27-10. 14-13 remaining in the ball game. Is San Francisco staying home to host the winner of tomorrow night's game? Or will it be the Minnesota Vikings? Josh Jackson says, I'm leaving. What do you mean? You're leaving out the chat, or where are you leaving to? Jeffrey says, I remember one time I muffed a punt because the field was slick with snow and I went to stop to catch the ball. My body kept going. Ooh. I've had that, but with mud. Hamo says, Sekou Doumbouya next. Pascal Siakam. I can see that. But I'm not going to put that type of pressure on him. Charles says, I was just going to say only candle and on kick return or punt. Say only cradle on kick return or punt. Abdul Terrell says, anybody want a computer? You can pick it up or pick it out in the streets, because if this thing keeps crashing, I'm going to throw it out a window. Oh, man. Did you overclock it, AT? Can Detroit Lions win a lot of games next year? I have the Detroit Lions, my Detroit Lions, at 0-16 until proven otherwise. I am not going to go down that rabbit hole of saying that they're going to be 12-4, win the division, win a playoff game. Nah, I'm not going there anymore. Prove it to me that you can actually win a game, go to the playoffs, win a playoff game, and see what happens from there. Troxel, have you visited the Motown Museum? In downtown Detroit, absolutely. I used to play on grass field. I mean, I don't know if kids nowadays do, but I know when I played, it was actually grass field, and it was built from the same way as Michigan Stadium.
27-10.
The Big House's field was.
As the kickoff here will be fielded up at the 5-yard line by Abdullah. And Amir Abdullah doing a good job here to the 35-yard line. He goes.
All right, ball at the 35-yard line. There's copyright music, so I do have to mute it for this playback stuff that they do. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. Oh, Zadina is awesome.
From the 34, Cousins trying to get something happening and throws it.
Thielen just threw his hand.
Intended there for Adam Thielen. So Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator, there he is of the 49ers. Another guy who's in the mix for the Cleveland Browns head coaching job. He got interviewed by the Browns. They came out here during the week. So we talked about Stefanski on the other side, Saleh on this side. There's Kevin. Both guys in the mix for Cleveland.
Both competing for the same job, and so far it's been Saleh allowing Minnesota just 90 yards in this one.
2nd and 10, and that's in the air and then winds up in the hands of the lineman Bradbury. The center pulls it in off the deflection. Knocked away by K'Wan Williams, setting up a 3rd down and 8.
Well, you don't see this every day.
Yeah, they won 2 games in a row.
Gets knocked up in the air, and Bradbury, who's a pretty good athlete, really. I mean, that's the reason they drafted him. He was the Remington Award winner, and he can get out and move.
Yeah, he was the #1 pick out of North Carolina State.
All right, 3rd and 8.
Right here, though.
Right here, 3rd down and 8.
Money down in the money quarter.
Cousins stepping up, stepping away.
Oh, got him!
But can't get away.
Got a sack on Kirk Cousins.
For the sack.
Uh-oh.
Bosa's
grabbing his midsection.
Can get back up.
Uh-oh, Bosa's down, folks.
All day, these defensive backs of the 49ers making plays. That time, Jaquaski Tart down the field on the double team, able to make that. No problem at all for K'Wan Williams on Diggs. Kyle Rudolph on the other side. Warner's got him. It was not bad pass protection. It really wasn't. They locked up D Ford inside. Not bad in the beginning, but eventually with that coverage, everything broke down.
And Bosa reaching for his midsection, and he is still down. So Minnesota's had 8 drives in the game, and that is the 6th 3-and-out. Crowd chanting Bosa, Bosa. He gets up. He's fine. Kyler Murray went #1 Arizona, then Bosa was the next choice. Yeah,
all right, Bosa is jumping up and down. He's good.
This whole team has a little bit of big-time wrestling in them, don't you think?
For sure.
I mean, Kittle, you could just see, you know, one of those wrestlers, Gorgeous George or somebody laid out on the mat and staggering up and then fist pumping and getting the crowd going. This team definitely likes to have a little fun.
There's a very good vibe around this team right now.
Yeah, probably so, Jeffrey.
The team, along with Shanahan.
When I seen him get it up and start bouncing around, I said, oh, he's good.
And making the fair catch here is
all right. 49ers get the ball. As soon as the commercials get over, I do have to mute it for the commercials. And resume the game audio as soon as the game resumes. After this game, we will be doing the Titans and Ravens. Tomorrow, the Texans and Chiefs, Seahawks and Packers. Monday will be the Clemson Tigers and LSU Tigers for the national title game. So we got a nice couple days, and starting Wednesday, I'll be bringing in some basketball. And then next Sunday will be the AFC title game and NFC title game. I'll be doing the Michigan and Iowa game this week. Pistons, Celtics, Pistons and Hawks, Celtics and Bucks. Tuesday, I might be doing a show. I am not too sure. I'm going to leave it up to you, the people. So, check out the community tab. Vote on it. What you guys want to see on Tuesday. If there's no activity on it, then I'll be taking the day off. But, I do appreciate all 117 of you in the building and being so patient. You guys are amazing. If we can get at least 50 likes or more, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, definitely subscribe. Especially if you like football and basketball, college and pros. I will be your home for March Madness. What's going on? Brandon Stevens says, Browns versus Lions, crazy dream, LOL. Can we call that the toilet bowl? That'd be a whole new definition of it. What's going on, Brian Price? Do you do WWE? I don't, but we got a lot of good friends that pop in and out of here that do WWE. We got MonStar Sports and Entertainment. He is part of the TSMN Entertainment Division. You know, a part of our Sports Movement Network. That's our other division. They do wrestling watch-alongs, and they do video games, and they do also hockey and football. Their link is in my description. All right, we are back, folks.
South Bay, we come to 49.
Oh, you're welcome.
Moving on.
Appreciate you for rocking with me.
Next Sunday, we have the extra day off because of the Saturday Divisional.
Or Javier Gomez.
And await the winner of the
Niners versus
Green
Packers
Bay
next
Seattle
week.
Game.
I got Niners and Seahawks next week.
On the ground, Tevin Coleman.
But I can definitely see that happening, especially if they don't want to see two division teams going head-to-head.
Shanahan loves a balanced offense, as close to 50-50 as it can be. But in this particular case,
I can see that, Nick Vincent. What's going on? Appreciate you for coming out.
We opened the show today talking about both coaches felt whichever team ran it the best was going to win.
The Super Bowl, number
Whatever
6.
that was, couple yards run there, about 145 now for San Francisco, 15 for the Minnesota Vikings. No chance.
15 on 8 carries.
That has not been the formula so far for this Vikings offense. They have been able to run it, do their play action, do their bootlegs. None of the above today.
Let the play clock all the way down. Give it to Juszczyk. So the
gain about 2.
I'm sorry, it was Coleman behind Juszczyk. Juszczyk only wishes he could carry the ball once in a while. Does catch a few passes. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and for Kirk Cousins, this has to be frustrating to have that huge win down in New Orleans. Actually, both these quarterbacks kind of made their reputation this year.
Oh man, I seen
New Orleans and
a gif.
For Cousins,
or no, it was a meme.
Pressure, take them down and the field for the game winner at the end.
It had Jimmy Garoppolo and Tom Brady, but Tom Brady was sitting and said, "Don't worry, Brady, I got this." Dropped it.
Caught by Kendrick Bourne. Holds his head. Felt he should have grabbed it. Couldn't hold on 4th down.
All right,
well
4th and 4.
Play, just not caught
11:08 remaining in the 4th.
Get out, get a little pick, little
Niners
run
are
going,
up 17.
Action down in here. Easy 1st down, just doesn't catch the ball. But I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier. He does make spectacular plays as well.
Always love that pick rub reference, right? A pick is a penalty, but a rub, which is a pick, is not a penalty, right?
Yeah, on offense, it's a rub.
I got you.
On defense, it's a pick.
All right, punt is up.
His punt, an end-over-end punt, and this time it's fair caught by Sherrills.
All right, when we get back from commercial, we'll see what happens in the last 11 minutes. I do have to mute the game audio for the copyrighted music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. Right after this game, I will be doing the Titans and Ravens. Yeah, that was a poor kick. We haven't got hats yet. There's some issues in the system, so we are trying to get hats. For those of you that are wondering what am I talking about? We do have a merchandise store. That link is in our description. We got bread up, brand ups, hoodies, shirts, tank tops. We got, the Sports Movement Network gear as well. And if you got, ladies, we got attire for them too. We got leggings for them. We got tank tops and things like that for them. So, we're definitely growing the merchandise store. And, so that link is in the description below, as well as every member of the Sports Movement Network and TSMN Entertainment. BOGO hoodies and LSU Go Tigers. So you're going for Niners and LSU? Jeffrey says, I hope the Ravens lose. That's what's up, Brian. LSU's is crazy. I hate Ravens, says Brandon. I don't even know who they're playing, Hamo.
In the Hall of Fame. So the Vikings.
James Spencer says, go Chiefs. I will be doing that game, James.
Near offside. Don't call it. Cook swings to the outside and taken down from behind by Dre Greenlaw. Haven't called his name much today, but this is a guy who really created Buffalo the whole
Sabres.
template for the NFC playoffs. If he doesn't make that
I don't think we'll win.
On Hollister at the half-yard line against Seattle, it's a whole
Jeffrey
different
Russell
ball
says,
game.
go Chiefs.
Second down and 4. Set up the screen, and the 49ers are equal to that task right there. Cook goes nowhere. Bottled up the entire game. Solomon Thomas makes the tackle. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and Greenlaw is the one that saw that one as well. He got out in front of that play and allowed Thomas to come in from behind.
Oh,
so
Brian, I do every single playoff
really
game.
Does just fly from the linebacker position. And I want to emphasize, this was Quan Alexander's first game back. He was their high-price free agent. And you've got to think he got some action this week. He's going to get more
Demon
next
Dad
week.
says 104 in the house. Hit that like button. I appreciate that, Demon Dad.
Greenlaw, Hidden Gems, 5th-round draft choice out of Arkansas.
All right, 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
Oh, got sacked again.
To the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back third downs got set.
Gets in there. So the 49ers, boy, do they need that week off. Had 4 sacks a game through the first 11 weeks. Had less than 1 per game since. And today, all over the place.
Fresh
that's what's up, James.
Buckner here, 6'7". He's going to use that length to get up and over Pat Elflein there and come down with that sack. These guys have been energized. Certainly, D. Ford's return has helped, but that hasn't been the entirety of the story. They look fresh and active out here today.
4 sacks for the 49ers. So 9 drives for the Vikings, 7.
All right, 4th and 14. The punt is up.
Colquitt running up to make the fair catch at the 21-yard line.
All right, there's a fair catch. We got 8:59 remaining. What, for this game, Jeffrey? Halmo, I don't know. I want them. I mean, they on paper, even without Blake Griffin, I think they have enough talent too. You know, but I mean, the Pistons got enough to where you can make one or two trades here and there, revamp the team. You don't have to trade Andre Drummond. You can actually build a team finally around Andre Drummond. And then when Blake Griffin comes back, you trade that man for a bag of almond M&Ms. If you get a second round pick, you get a second round pick. But you trade that man quick, fast, and in a hurry. You clear up that cap space. Jeffrey says, yeah, the literal pile. Arku says, I'm feeling like this is the similar Porzingis situation. I don't. I really don't, because Andre Drummond has said to everyone, I want to end my career here. You know, yeah, he is going to opt out. Everyone has their God-given right to opt out of their contract and test free agency. But I do think that he goes back to Detroit if they don't trade him. Yeah, Arku, that's the difference between Andre and Kristaps. Kristaps wanted out. Andre Drummond does not want out. Yeah, he's going to test free agency, but he doesn't want out. He wants the Pistons to go and sign him. But he's going to test the market to see what kind of value he's worth. Oh, you're welcome, Brian. I do this all year long.
Runners begin from the 21-yard line. Can start to chew up some of the clock here.
All right, Coleman.
You know, Chris, there's a
gain of about 7.
What's going on right now? Third year here. You've got Joe Montana, of course, the statue. They drafted him out of Notre Dame, third round in 1979.
Says Joe, Steve, and Garoppolo.
For the most part, Steve DeBerg for a couple of years. Then the 49ers, of course, in 79 brought a guy named Bill Walsh in to coach the team. And, of course, the two of them danced that dance.
Jeffrey Russell says almond M&M's out of the bomb.
4 Super Bowl wins.
Hey, that's why we could trade Blake Griffin for him.
Who then won 2 more. 2nd and 2. And that'll be a first down and more for Tevin Coleman. But when you think about it, they got off to a slow start here with, you know, not much success on the field. They get Garoppolo. He gets hurt.
I appreciate that, Demon Dad.
This year, of course, a different story. And Shanahan, like Walsh in his third year. And Walsh in his third year won 13 games and, of course, won the Super Bowl.
But they also didn't have their quarterback yet. You know, I mean, you with Lynch and with Shanahan, and they had their system. They knew what they had to do. They had to go get a quarterback.
Well, we're 11 away from that.
Healthy. The other thing that's happened here today, Al, that I want to make sure we make the point, these two tackles, McGlinchey and Staley, have been hurt much of the year. Now they're both healthy, and we're seeing a real difference with this protection.
And meanwhile, we've got Tevin Coleman, who gets body slammed down after he picks up 3. So Coleman, who was the main guy in the middle of the season. They started out with Breida as the primary back.
I do
then Coleman took
NFL,
over,
college,
and then Mostert's become
NBA,
the primary
as
back
well
of
as college basketball.
Coleman,
you know, that's what my channel is based off of.
5 yards, and there's
so we do
John
this type of stuff all year long.
He knows there will be action here in all likelihood next Sunday.
I literally have 3 weeks off
the one that built
in an entire calendar year.
First around their defensive line. They went after that position. They drafted them. They felt like that in order to win on defense, you have to have better players. Offensively, I think Shanahan always felt like he could create a little offense on that side.
All right, Breida.
Here's Breida.
Loss of 2.
Taken down after a short gain.
Short gain? That was a loss of 2 yards. What are you watching?
Third down.
All right, there's some copyrighted music I do got to mute for. No problem. Love all sports. I'll let all my friends in Florida know. That's what's up. Appreciate that, Brandon.
Ryan Tannehill, since he has come in, a 123 quarterback rating, the best in football.
Yeah,
he's getting
Neil,
it going.
the one
of course, we all know
we
they
do,
can run
but
the football as well.
we got to actually have a real team.
And can you get the first down? Breida very, very close. Thinks he has it. Looks down the line, sees where the marker is. But it looks like they're going to mark him a little bit short of the line of the game, which is the 50-yard line. So
there we go. Quick snap it.
The 49ers are caught from the line. Won't let Minnesota change anything. 4th and 1. Will Garoppolo run it or just take time off the clock? It looks like he's going to take the time off the clock unless he takes it all the way down and then sneaks. Nope. Why not punt?
Hey.
Take it down to 5:02. You got a 3-possession lead.
I think I heard his lineman. He almost got him to jump off.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
When Jimmy jumped back underneath there one more time, it looked like one of his linemen said, I'll paraphrase, what the heck? What are you doing?
Yeah, well, you know, we saw John Lynch. I guess he's proven one thing.
Trying to get you guys to jump. That's what he's doing.
Broadcast booth and be successful in the front office. You ain't dumping me, are you?
No time soon. No, no time soon. How about Ozzie Newsome? He did all right. How did he leave that franchise?
I would say. Building that Baltimore juggernaut.
It's amazing what they did with Lamar Jackson, just completely dedicating themselves to playing with that
I don't know, Arku. I've actually heard a lot of people be talking about the Pistons
year.
right now because of the Andre Drummond situation.
Physical team. It's easy to talk about Lamar Jackson all day. That Baltimore team is tough on both sides.
Yeah, that defense is overlooked. They'll be in action later tonight as the kick. Charles will let it bounce and it will skid into the end zone.
All right, touchback. All right, Minnesota is set to get the ball. I do got to mute the game audio for copyrighted music and commercials as soon as it resumes. We shall see with the last 4 minutes and 32 seconds withholds. San Francisco's up 27-10. But I definitely appreciate everyone who's came out, rock with your boy, gave a thumbs up. Because thumbs up definitely helps small content creators. All right, and we're getting ready to get back.
Kind of the last chance, last gasp right here to try to get back somewhat into it, down by 17. Long way to go. Start from the 20-yard line.
All right,
long time
Kirk
since
Cousins
they've had a big play.
passes it, got the first down by Diggs.
Diggs makes the catch.
Gain of about
16 as he gets down to the 36-yard line.
Al, as we go down the playoffs with the 49ers, this is the guy I think we have to keep our eye on. If D Ford is back to getting off the football that fast, you can see the gap that it opens up inside him and the opportunity it's going to create for other people, for other stunts.
What's going on, Mobile Hero?
In many cases, it was the key early on to their pass rush.
Cook can't handle that. Minnesota has 5 first downs.
Yeah, I was trying to do both of them, the Cavs game, but the first one I was stuck at work, and then the second one, my TV was acting up.
Competition, fewest first downs in a postseason game. The 61 Giants had 6.
But I do have the Pistons and Celtics and Pistons and Hawks next week.
And went on to the Super Bowl.
Oh, almost had beer abuse.
Cousins throws.
All right, first down.
Here as the catch is made by
Irv Smith Jr.
Rookie tight end out of Alabama to the 49 of San Francisco. He goes. Cousins 16 of 23 for 118 yards. Throws
all right,
a
Dalvin Cook. Gain of about
that's a nice
2,
tackle.
maybe
Fred
3.
Warner, haven't called his name very much today, but this guy's had a great season.
Fred Warner is
Got
the quarterback of that
3.5 minutes
defense.
remaining
Make
in
no
the fourth.
mistake about it. You talk to Robert
It is
Solid,
2nd and
he
8
said,
for
who's the one
Minnesota.
guy you can't lose? He said Fred Warner. He's the one that does everything for us in there.
2nd and 8. Cousins throws. Falling down, making the catch. Is stealing a little
3rd
short
and
of the
1.
first down. 3rd and 1.
Kirk Cousins so far in this game, 13 pressures. Jimmy Garoppolo only 4. So on every front, it has been a dominant performance.
Nothing like waiting for till the last 4 minutes to start moving the football.
2-1 time of possession advantage for the 49ers. Under 3 minutes now left in the fourth. Here's Cook, and he can't get to the first down line.
Delvin Cook stopped his 4th down.
So Cook, who was so instrumental last week and figured to be a big factor, held to 18 yards on 9 carries.
Bosa on the outside. Holy cow. We talk about him as a pass rusher.
4th and 1, and Cousins doesn't appear with the naked eye to have made it. Forward progress will be marked a little bit shy of the first down. 49ers signal they should have it.
Prior to the snap, San Francisco called its first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Oh, wow.
2:35 on the game clock, please.
They just gave up getting the ball back for a timeout.
Just watch how strong Bosa is on this play. He's working against Riley Reeve, good veteran player on the outside. One play back here, and you'll just see what he's able to do. Of course, Reeves got to look in at the ball because of the noise, but just stands him up and makes the play. They are stout across the way, and this one you'll see Fred Warner came flying in there. I don't think he got it either, Al. Didn't even look like he got close, but it didn't matter.
Yep, 49ers had called a timeout. It's a 4th down and 1 now.
What's going on, JR Whistle says, wow, refs are horrid.
And Cousins going for it all.
Oh, he dropped it.
Hold on.
What a
Diggs dropped it.
And Mosley are both there.
That would put him 1st and
Ward's the one
goal.
that got that ball out, though. This was going to be a catch. Diggs is so good at sort of hesitating and moving. It looked like he was going to come down. And then watch number 20, Jimmy Ward, come over from the outside and just drill him. And nobody loves that more than Robert Saleh. This is a guy, you want to get somebody in front of your room to get you fired up a little bit? How about Robert Saleh? He loves it.
He looks the part, too, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
So the 49ers can pretty much take us to the finish line. There's John Lynch down on the field.
He had a few licks like that, didn't he, in his career?
Great career, Super Bowl champion with Tampa Bay in 2002. Matt Breida. So the 49ers will have the extra day rest, stay here, and either Seattle or Green Bay will make the trek to the Bay Area next Sunday.
Rushing yards 183 to 21. That's really all you need to know with this game.
First downs, 21-6.
49ers were able to take all the pressure off of Jimmy Garoppolo today.
All right. That is the 2-minute warning. We got 2 minutes, folks, in this ball game. And the 49ers are up by 17. After this game, I will be on for the Titans and Ravens. I do have that already set up, so if you're on my channel, go ahead and click on it. Give that video a thumbs up. Come rock with me in there. And then tomorrow we'll be doing the Texans and Chiefs, followed by the Seahawks and Packers. Monday is Clemson and LSU. Tuesday, stay tuned on the community post. I'll be posting up, see what you guys want me to do. I'll do it Subscriber Tuesday, to where you guys pick what I do. Whether it's a day off, a show, a game, whatever. I'll let you guys decide that. On Wednesday is Pistons and Celtics. Thursday is Celtics at the Bucks. Friday is Michigan Wolverines at the Iowa Hawkeyes. Saturday is Pistons at Hawks. And then Sunday is AFC title game followed by the NFC title game. So we're going to definitely have some fun, folks. I cannot wait. I am excited about, tonight, tomorrow, and next week. We're definitely going to have some fun. That's what my channel is based off of. It's based off of fun. Everyone coming in here and, having fun in here, chit-chatting, listening to the game, and, enjoying it. What's going on, Frank? Charlemagne says, I'm in Haiti watching the game. Greetings. That's what's up. Shout out to Haiti. Appreciate you. Welcome, Kathy B. Thank you for joining the family. You're definitely an MVP. Appreciate you.
Report.
All right, folks, we are back for the last 2 minutes
of the game. Mike, Tony, and Rodney wrap it up. Then Chris and I will do a final wrap-up on the post-game show. Second down and 4.
All right, Breida.
Hand it off to Breida, who gets
gain of
taken
about
down
maybe 1-2 yards
of the 50-yard line. And the Vikings will
third
take
down.
A timeout.
What's going on, Carla?
Kind of funny. The last 5
so
games
shout out
this
to
season
Carla
for
Tarrant
Kyle Shanahan
from
and the
El
49ers.
Paso, Texas. That is what's up. Shout out to Texas. El Paso, Texas. Demon Dad says, so Tatiana versus Chiefs and Seahawks versus 49ers.
As much as you can have a breather in a playoff game for him this afternoon.
Too bad have too many friends that are Vikings fans.
Giving up that touchdown in Seattle, but instead they are now 1 win at home away.
Well, Frank Charlemagne, I do NFL, college, NBA, and college basketball all year long. So, definitely rock with me. You definitely will see the Vikings, and if you have a favorite
this is
team,
the play at the end of the Seattle game on Sunday.
definitely you'll be able to see your team. Now, I do live in Metro Detroit, so it will be based off of what Metro Detroit gets. I'm off work, so I'm out for the night. Have a good one. I'll totally be listening tomorrow, though. Appreciate that, James, and shout out to you. Appreciate you for coming out, man. Carlos says, how about the Niners? We taking it this year, 2020. I did have the 49ers winning today, and I'm glad that they did.
So, who knows?
And if they play the Packers, I'm going 49ers again.
A whisper by less than a yard with that tackle. And
if they go against the Seahawks, that's a toss-up game. Both teams, we've seen some great football between those two all year long.
In the wild card round, 4th down and 1. Going for it here, and that's going to.
Breida got the first down.
Breida loses the ball.
Oh!
On a 4th and 1, and the Vikings, if they come up with it, at least have some semblance of breath.
Oh, Vikings got it.
Winds up.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Minnesota.
Anthony Barr, as Breida tries to spin out of this thing, is just going to strip that thing out. It's a fumble. Football. You're going to see that all the time. This year, I think more than in the history of when I've been watching or playing football.
What's going on, Rico Rodriguez? Let's go, George Kittle.
Out, and it may well yet decide playoff games during this run.
So when you were playing back in the leather helmet era.
Yes, sir.
Were they teaching
Gerald Whipple says, heck yeah, George, take my team.
The guy tackle the ball.
Well, the old rule used to
says
be
y'all see Garoppolo lay Barr out on a wide receiver reverse.
The ball. Now there's a whole bunch of them going first guy, punch that thing out. I mean, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier would have been proud of some of the punch outs we've seen this year.
Credit a little bit to Peanut Tillman of the Bears, too.
Yeah, no question.
Who was one of the first
Robert Vega says, what? Question mark? All right, first and 10, ball at the 50.
Fires, that'll be caught. And Thielen will pick up 16 yards on the first down to the 34-yard line.
Appreciate that, Brian.
The entire second defense that they could put in is in the game right now for the San Francisco 49ers.
From the 30.
Oh, got Kirk Cousins.
Doesn't matter.
Wow.
Solomon Thomas and Anthony Zettel.
Anthony Zettel, shout out to my Detroit Lions for cutting that man.
And that's 5 sacks for San Francisco today.
And it's been the difference. It really
as well
has
as
been.
Levine Toilolo.
Better. A little stunt inside. Going to go here and loop it back underneath. And
Carla Terrence says, shout out to my mom.
Play after play,
Mary Bell,
game after game, and
that
really
it's her
for
birthday.
Kirk Cousins,
enjoy the game and happy birthday.
Never established a
hey,
run.
shout out to
wasn't there.
Mary Bell,
Terrence. This is
happy birthday.
A better football team in the San Francisco 49ers.
Hopefully you're enjoying the game, and wish you health and wealth.
Minnesota taking its final timeout.
And now it's a pretty incredible feeling when you're over there and you have actually won a playoff game. And when you have that home field advantage, you think, I've only won one game and we're playing to go to the Super Bowl right here next week. It is amazing. It gives you chills when you're over there talking about it with your teammates.
Not leaving home.
And Kirk Cousins is sacked again.
Half dozen sacks. Bosa gets this one. The Ohio State rookie. Most Pro Bowl votes of any defensive player.
You know, I could say something on that one. Nick Bosa sacking Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and right now,
throwing a little shade on MSU.
Of the Vikings on the edge, and Bosa has been fantastic.
Go Blue.
Maybe the player of the game.
3rd and 29. It's Abdullah to the 45. Clock under 40. Fourth and forever.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. It's 4th and 22.
Cousins throws. Caught.
And turnover on downs.
But did he get the first down? That's Irv Smith to the 24-yard line. Had to get to the 23-yard line.
So that means he's a yard short.
Clearly right. They finished to it. It was 4th down and 22. Does he get there?
I don't think so. Jimmy Ward with a big shot again.
Catch, but short of the line to gain. The ball goes over on down.
Yep.
There's that feeling.
All right, you guys.
For Kyle Shanahan.
Shout out to the Minnesota Vikings. Shout out to the San Francisco 49ers. Definitely a shout out to the San Francisco 49ers. You punched your ticket into the NFC title game next week.
Stunning come from behind win, and Mike and Peggy Shanahan.
Shout out to the 49ers.
He's on his way to the NFC Championship game.
Nah. Hey.
More nervous when you were coaching or now?
Adios, Vikings.
Way more nervous now.
Of course, Mike Shanahan knows.
As a Detroit Lions fan, it's a good day.
Back-to-back with the Broncos and John Elway, and that writes the finish to this one. So a week from tomorrow,
folks.
The 49ers host the Packers.
So I will be doing the Titans and Ravens. Tomorrow I will be doing the Texans and Chiefs, Seahawks and Packers. We are doing every single NFL playoff game, including the Super Bowl, possibly the Pro Bowl. Tomorrow, or Monday, we'll be doing the Clemson LSU national title game. We'll do some college basketball. We'll do some NBA basketball. And next Sunday is the AFC and NFC title game. So if you enjoyed this, watching your 49ers, definitely come back because we're going to do this all year long, folks. But I do got to, make sure everything is in order. So it is set up, but I just need to make sure everything is in order because this whole new YouTube stuff is, you got to keep putting in new things. So I do got to do that. And as soon as that, I will be on for the Titans and Ravens. So with that being said, I do got to end it here. I do appreciate you guys. Shout out to Carla Taryn and her mom. Happy birthday. Shout out to everyone who's in the building. Appreciate you guys. Lizards Play, West Branch Brawl, Brian Price, Robert Vega, Abdul Terrell, Rico Rodriguez, J.R. Wizzle, Neil the One, James Spencer, Frank Charlemagne, Demon Dad, Jeffrey Russell. Appreciate you guys all. And I will see you guys for the Titans and Ravens next. All right, with that being said, this is Troxel Sports Talk. See you soon. Peace.